Okay, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, please now, once again, could you put your hands together for our special guest today? Legends for both of the clubs. Firstly, for the Tigers, Dean Windass, and former Arsenal defender, Kenny Sansom.
I'll get up there. Thank you. Cheers.
Yeah, come on, Dean, let's get it over with. That was a weird game, wasn't it?
Listen, the one thing about Arsenal is when you give the ball away like we have done today, you're going to get punished. I said that they'd have a line possession, 80% and whatever, and when we had the ball we had to do something with it, and unfortunately we didn't. Jake got sent off, rightly so, I think, in the letter of the law. The ball at his hand before it goes in the goal, you got to get sent off. But I thought Cazorla should have got sent off as well, persistent fouling, but referee wasn't consistent in that way. But listen, you got to put your hands up sometimes and say the best team won.
However, we did see a lot of the ball today, didn't we? There's a lot of passing going on until the sending off, then it kind of fell apart a bit.
Yeah, but I was saying to Kenny and the directors, listen, it's all about passing, but you've got to create something. It's sideways, backwards, forwards, sideways, backwards. It's like a five-a-side game. And when you win games of football, it's about getting the balls in the box and crossing balls and that. And we hadn't done that today. It's very difficult for Hernandez up front on his own, especially against any team, but against Arsenal. They're going to have a lot of possession, but I thought they were terrific. I thought, when they pass the ball very quickly, they move it from side to side, and then the pace that they've got up front with Sanchez and Walcott, Ozil just ran the show really. I think he's come off and he hasn't even, broke sweat. So I always say, when you get beat, just get beat gracefully. You just go kick somebody and get the supporters off the seats, and because it might upset somebody, but as you say, Mikel look at it now. He'll play a few of the new signings in the cup now, give the lads a rest and look forward to the Liverpool game.
Kenny, how did you see that? Was it a really, really good Arsenal performance, as Dean was saying?
Yeah, I think after the goal, I think that before the Arsenal scored the first goal, I thought Hull City were in the game. Yeah. They were controlling it a bit, and all of a sudden Arsenal scored, and then they just took over. I mean, Arsenal just run it, and to be fair, I know there's a lot of Hull City fans in here, and I'm not going to have a go, but they just lost it a bit and they let Arsenal run the game. So all you needed a couple of bosses out there to go, come on lads, let's just even kick a few people. I know it sounds horrible, but kick a few people and say, come on, let's build it up, let's do something, let's make Arsenal think, hang on, we've got a game here. But they didn't, and Arsenal just took over, and once you let someone take over and run the game, you're going to lose.
Well, let's not take anything away from Arsenal. The problem with Arsenal is they can play as well as that, but they're so inconsistent. It doesn't get them anywhere at the end of the game. At the end of the day, their second half they did play well. Arsenal.
Yeah, Arsenal second half they played very well. They passed the ball around very quick. They still didn't get crosses and shots in. They're still disappointed, which I said before the game, and I'll always say that they've got to be more aggressive because we're going to play better teams. No disrespect to Hull City, but we're going to play bigger teams, like the Man Uniteds, like the Man Cities. And if you want to beat them, you've got to cause them problems. And causing problems, Dean Windass was one of the great centre forwards, very underrated in my opinion. Yeah, but he would get the ball. He would say, "Give me the ball," and he would hold it up for the rest of the team, so the midfield players will come and join him. And that's what Dean done. And I think that's what Hull need, from my point of view. Arsenal, they've got to play against better teams and they've got to do better. Because, in my opinion, when I was a football player, every single season I improved by 5%. That was my job. Because if I didn't improve and the winger did, he's going to cause me problems. Do you know what I mean? So I had to improve, and that's when I had great managers, and that's what I see in Arsenal. If they want to win the Premier League this year, they've got to improve and they've got to create more chances from crosses.
Dean, back to the Tigers. No, it's fine.
I'm really serious. Sorry.
No, it's all football. That's what we're here for, Kenny. Who stood out for you in the black and amber shirt today?
Well, obviously Klukas in midfield. Was I thought obviously deserved man of the match. Goalkeeper was fantastic as well, saved the penalty. And but listen, I said at the start of the programme or the game or whatever it is you need 7 or 8 to be on top of your game to beat teams like Arsenal. You can't have any passengers in that. I thought that Mick will look at it on Monday. There's a few lads out there who didn't perform, and you can't afford to do that against Arsenal. And that's the one thing about it is you give the ball away in this division, you'll get punished. and that's what we did. The lad apparently who scored the wonder goal, I was walking up the steps and he's been fined 2 weeks' wages because they're not allowed to shoot outside the box apparently. so I didn't see the goal, but apparently it was a wonder goal. I'll watch it tonight.
You weren't allowed to shoot outside the 6-yard box, were you?
I didn't come out the side of the
No,
6-yard box.
right,
No, as you say there, when Kenny was on about my game, listen, it's very difficult when you're up front on your own. I've done it myself, but you have got to create fouls. You've got to rough and tumble a few centre halves, and it's not Hernandez's game. I feel sorry for him up there on his own. I don't know what the other lad's going to be like. The big lad he came on and obviously got us the penalty and what have you. Is a big lump, and that's what we need. I think we need a big number 9 who's going to hold the ball. And unfortunately, Hernandez, it's not his game, and he's obviously being asked to play that role. And when you do play that role, you've got to create fouls. You've got to hold the ball up to get out, because when you're playing against these, you're going to be backs against the wall for 80 minutes. And when the ball does come up to you, it's got to stick, and it doesn't stick. But like Kenny says, does he want the ball to feet? I don't think he does. And that's the problem we've got. But I'm not the manager, Mick is.
How easy do you think it'll be for Mick to rally the troops?
No, it'll be easy, because obviously you'll put this to bed. Did anybody in the room think we're going to win today? I said 1-1, so I'm all right. But
you said 2-2, and it nearly came off, Kenny. Yeah.
So listen, he's got the squad together now. I think he'll give the lads a rest. The lads who haven't been, who's been playing all season. With the cup game coming in, play all the new lads, play some of the young lads. But the most important thing is about the Premier League. It's not about winning any cups. It's about staying in the Premier League.
Well, listen, thank you for your thoughts today. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, firstly, Dean Windass, and secondly, thank you so much for being here, and good luck, Kenny, right behind you. It's Kenny Sansom, Arsenal legend. Thank you, gentlemen. See you next time.